If you come into your Explorer, D drive, AI Studio, Windows, ComfyUI easy install folder, and in ComfyUI user default workflows getting started, we just now use this one Juggernaut Reborn text to image. This is just a small 8 kilobyte file with an extension called JSON. This file will hold all the information about the various nodes that we have used, its links, and also the prompts. And launch ComfyUI. Once it is launched, if you come into workflows, open getting started, select this one Juggernaut Reborn text to image.json, and now we have our workflow open. So now I will close this workflows. On the top, you see the name of your workflow. Every block that you see here is called as a node. Say for example, I have selected this load checkpoint node, and if I just move it, you can see that this node from the clip here is connected to this green node, and also it is connected to this red node, and also one connection from the model is coming to this KSampler. The nodes will travel from left to right, and when you run, execution starts from the left, and traveling through these nodes, it moves towards the right, and as it is moving, you will see a green background around every node that is getting executed. If I click the run button here, you see green here, green here, green here. Now you are seeing this green, it is getting executed, and then you see the image here. Say for example, some node is missing. Say I select this save image node and I am going to delete it. On the top, you see this delete selected item. I will delete it. If I click on the run button, you will immediately see an error. This has no output. Now I can close this. I will close this workflow. I am not going to save it because we have made changes. I will click no for saving it. I will come back to workflow, come into getting started, and I will select Juggernaut Reborn text to image plus LoRa.json. I will select this workflow. If I click on the run button, you can now see LoRa loader model is missing. So if I click on close here, and because this model is missing, you are seeing a red line all around this node. This means that in this stage, you have an error. All these models are not provided with your workflow. Model needs to be downloaded and placed in the right folder. If you want to execute this, you need to download this model, store it in this LoRa folder. To get this model for every workflow, most of the workflow creators will create one node wherein they are going to mention which all model is required for that particular workflow. I need Juggernaut Reborn.safetensor and I have to use it in this load checkpoint. See here you can see load checkpoint. For this, I have to use this particular model. In the previous session, we clicked here and we downloaded it and placed it in checkpoint SD155. So if you click here and download it, if you come into your AI Studio models folder checkpoints SD15, we copied the model and placed it at this point. So now if you come back and see, it is asking me to create a folder called SD15 and place it in models checkpoint SD15 folder. I need one more model. This particular workflow is going to convert any image or text prompt that I am going to give into a text style image. LoRa is nothing but a small file that we attach to our work model to modify our model slightly and customize it. Say for example, in this case, I want all the images generated to be like a cake. In LoRa loader model, you can see here, this is where I am seeing the red area light. I have to download another file. You have to place it in the folder called LoRa's. So I will click here. Come here into models time. I will select LoRa's. I will create a new folder called SD15 and inside this folder, I am going to save this file. I have to now reload my ComfyUI workspace. Either you can refresh it here or just press R on your keyboard. And in this LoRA name, if I click here, you can see that SD15 cake style safe tensor is present here. Now I have added here cake style photo of Lord Ganesha. I will click on run and now you see it became green and it is green here. And now you see the idol of Ganesha. So this appears as though this has been done using cake. So now to understand how these nodes work, let us create our own workflow right from scratch. So I will close this workflow area. I will also close this 3 Juggernaut and I am not going to save this as of now. I have one unsaved workflow here. I will click on plus and I will create a new workflow shown as unsaved workflow 2. We are going to start by adding a node. How do we add a node? The shortest way is bring your mouse on this canvas area and just double click it. I can just type load. The very first node I need is this load checkpoint node. So if I select that particular node and if I click it, wherever I had double clicked, at that point, this node will be added. I can drag it and place it anywhere I want it. The second type, how you can add the node is, you can just right click on the canvas. You can come into add node. All nodes are arranged based on its function. All loaders are in this loaders category. If I click on loaders, you see all type of loaders available here. And if you want something related to input, I am going to come into this conditioning category. And if you scroll here, you have one clip text encode. So if I click on clip text encode, now this node is now added to my scene. So this is the second way of adding my node. And the third way of adding it, I can come on the left hand side and you have nodes here. I can click here. It is organized based on the function. You also have search node here. So here if I type clip text, so you can see clip text encode here. I can just select and drag it. So these are the 3 ways of adding a node to our scene. Select a particular node. Say for example, I select this load checkpoint. As soon as I select it, you see a pop-up window on the top. The first is to delete this node. Then you have node info. If you click on node info, you can see the information about this node, setting, parameter, everything is available on this properties panel. You can also change the color of this node. By clicking here, I can select any of the colors here. Right now, I will leave it as gray or no color. Then the next option you have is convert selection to subgraph. This I am going to show you later. And finally, you have bypass and bypass. When commands are getting executed, if by chance if you does not want this node to be executed by your program, then you can bypass it. And finally, you have the 3 dots here. And if you click on this, you have more options available for this node. I can also right click on this node and get all these options here also. I will just click outside and I have this load checkpoint node. I will next come into this clip text encode prompt. I just want to change the name of this node. So I will come on this 3 dots here and choose rename. And I am going to call this as positive prompt. To identify this node from other nodes, I will come into the color and I am going to give it a green color. I want to connect this node. You have certain nodes like load checkpoint. And this load checkpoint is a node which doesn't have any input. You have to give the input directly here or from the outside source. So in our previous session, we added this input by downloading a model file and storing it in SDF15 folder. So if you click here, SD15 Juggernaut Reborn safetensors is the input for this. And it has 3 outputs: model, clip and VAE. I am going to connect this load checkpoint to my positive prompt. And when I connect it, I should identify the connector through its color. So in this case, clip is yellow and even here this is yellow. So I can now drag from here to here and they are connected. So I have now made my first connection here. And now if I want to remove the connection, I can just drag it out. If I just click outside, the node will be removed. If I connect it, I can come to this middle dot here, left click on this point. You have add node, add reroute and delete. I can click delete here and delete it. Now I will just drag it again. And this time I will again click here and choose add reroute. And when I choose reroute, this is going to create a new point like this. And from this point, I can drag another point and connect it to this another clip. I have connected this clip node to two text prompts. One is the positive text prompt and another is the negative text prompt. So I will select it. I can even double click on this name directly and I will call this as negative prompt and I am going to give it a different color. I will select now a red color. I have connected my load checkpoint to one positive prompt and one negative prompt. I have connected the clip to this point and I have to now take the output from this model and I have to connect it to my next node. So now if I select this model, drag it somewhere here and if I leave it, all the nodes that suits this particular connector will be shown here. And the most common one, KSampler, is the one that we are going to use. So when I click on KSampler, has the same lavender color from here. I have connected it to this. If I want this connection to be correctly visible, I can just click here and add reroute. I can just drag it, keep it here, drag this up and keep it up like this, so that I can see the connection correctly. Whatever large language model we have downloaded, that model is now connected to this KSampler and it has two inputs. I am going to take the connection from this positive and connect it to positive. And I will take this negative connection and I will put it to negative. I need another input here for KSampler, which is the latent image. I have created a load checkpoint and in the positive prompt, I am going to create a prompt. I want to create a dog running on the road. This is positive prompt. And the negative prompt is, it should not be blurry. Dog should not be brown, but it will have any other color. And for this image to generate in ComfyUI, I have to create a canvas. And this canvas is what we call as the latent image. From this latent image, I will drag down and if I leave it, it will automatically show all the relevant nodes available and one of them is this empty latent image. Now I will click on this empty latent image. Input here is purple and output here is purple and height to around 1024. Width to around 1024 and click OK. I have created an empty canvas and I have attached it to this KSampler. This is going to create a latent image. This image is not visible to our eyes. And to convert this latent image into a real image, I have to drag, you have VAE Decode. So this is now going to decode my image. And for this VAE Decode, one input is coming from this KSampler and the VAE input, you have one VAE output in your load checkpoint. If I drag this VAE output and if I connect it here, I will just drag this positive prompt, click here, add reroute. I will drag it down like this. I will also click here and add reroute and I will drag it like this. Once the image is formed, then from the image, if I drag it, you have an option preview image. Above every node here, if you click on the left side dot here, either you can collapse it or expand it. You can collapse it or expand it. If I just run and check it, let us click on the run button, running in the KSampler, and it will come to preview image, and you can see here a dog is running in the street. If I want this image to be saved to my hard disk, I will drag this image, and instead of preview image, I will select save image. I will select this preview image now and I will delete it. In the save image, I am going to give it file name a prefix dog. When I run it and check it, you can now see again this model is running through the code, and you now got another dog image. You can come into your AI Studio renders. This file is now saved. You are seeing the dog is getting distorted. This is because if I come back to ComfyUI, this particular 2 GB model that I am using here can generate an image of a maximum size of 512 pixels. Since I have given 1024, you are seeing distortion in the image. So I will set the width to 512 and set OK. I will set the height to 512 and set OK. If I run and if I check it, the image is having lesser distortion. If you want to be more specific, show close up from side view with a car moving in the background. I will just run it, and now if I check it, you can now see you have the dog, you have the car. See, this is a very primitive model. So that's why it's not very perfect. As we work, I am going to show you some of the best models to generate the image. I can come into ComfyUI, come to file and choose save as my underscore first text to image workflow underscore SD15 and click on confirm. Saved workflow, if you want to access it, if you come into workflow, you can now see this file. And to access this file on your hard disk, come into your Explorer in VAE Studio, Windows, ComfyUI, Easy Install ComfyUI. You have user folder. Come into default workflows. You can see your JSON workflow file saved here. So now I think you have got a better idea about how these workflows work.